morning, my beautiful souls. I hope you are all doing wonderful this morning. I am so happy to be bringing you another pick a card reading. Okay, messages from the divine. Now, some of these may or may not be love related. It really depends on whatever card comes out and whatever energy I tune into, but I am so thankful for all of my viewers and my subscribers. So thank you very much for tuning into my channel and for taking the time out of your day to come and spend some time with me. So very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Just as a reminder, this is a collective reading. So what that means is that I am picking up energies from the collective, and so maybe not everything within that pile will resonate with you, but as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. So I also want to let you know that the energies might be interchangeable. Okay, so feel free to use he, she, as you wish, or as it applies to your situation. Okay, please don't ever utilize, pick a card readings or tarot readings as a sole basis for you to make a decision in life. You really have to take, your intuitive feelings as well as your own personal knowledge and experience in order to make those decisions. So let's go. So pile number 1, we are going to have the Amethyst. Pile number 2, we have the Carnelian. Sorry, I forgot for a second what that was. Pile number 3 is the brining, and pile number 4 is the citrine. Okay, so make sure to look for the description box, for the timestamps in the description box below, and you can jump right to every single pile. So before you pick your pile, take a few moments, look at the different crystals, really meditate about your question or the person that you're inquiring about or the situation, and whatever draws you first, whatever is the first stone that you feel drawn to, that's the one that you should pick. That's not to say that you may not have other information that might be valuable to you or suitable to you in other piles, but that is probably primarily the pile where your energy has been focused and where I may have been able to pick that up. So, all right, so let's begin. So pile number 1, the Amethyst. Okay, just take these away. Okay, pile number 1. I'm going to turn that off. Okay, so pile number 1. So I'm going to be using the Gilded Tarot, okay, and I will be bringing in some additional oracle cards just from a variety of different decks, just to kind of clarify the situation a little bit, okay? So, Amethyst. The Amethyst stone is really about love, okay? It also helps to heal the crown chakra. So maybe some of you have been having a lot of headaches lately. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and it's probably very hard not to allow it to get to you, right? There's just so much unrest right now, and I think that, if we all collectively put our minds together and just send the world love, like that beautiful exercise that was done, I can't remember in what country, and everybody, I think it was like 1 million people that meditated for peace and love, and I just thought, like, wow, that is just so amazing. Imagine if everybody did that. How much peace and more love we'd be able to have. Sorry about that. I kind of fudged that one up. All right, so pile number 1, what does Spirit want you to know? Pile number 1. Okay, that is a lot. I did not ask for that much, but I will take the 2 that turned over. And I'm going to take this. I feel guided to take that one too. So we are going to take that one as well. Okay, so, all right. So we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Hanging Man. We have the World. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them like this. So I know I initially said that, you know, these weren't necessarily going to be about love, but this one is definitely about love. So someone is in love with you. Someone definitely feels like you are a powerhouse, like you are the whole package. This person sees you as being very beautiful, very handsome, right? Make sure you can interchange the roles as I mentioned at the beginning. But this person, they really do want to come in and just offer you this bountifulness and just this beauty. So because they know that you've got it all. You have got it all for this person. Like, this person is just so passionate for you, and you might not know it. Okay, it might be a secret love, and the reason why I'm saying that is because of the King of Pentacles here. And just like, you know, the Pentacles suit, like the King of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles, they usually tend to be a very slow but steady, I am hearing. Okay, so they're very slow in deciding what they want because they know what they want, right? They are absolutely in their power and they know what they want. But, you know, for the moment, with the Hanging Man over top of the King of Cups, you know, the King of Cups is the one that usually, you know, wants to rush in and just, you know, bring this cup of love to this beautiful maiden here that's just waiting for him with abundance. Like, he just cannot wait to go get that beautiful maiden. But right now, this Knight of Cups is a little stuck. Okay, they are a little stuck. They're a little bit in their head about this. And I kind of want to find out why. So why is the Hanging Man here? Why is the Hanging Man here? This one. 10 of Swords. Oof. Okay. Yeah. So they are definitely in their head about the situation. They probably don't know how you feel. Maybe, and this is just for some of you, I'm getting that maybe someone came to you and made you an offer, and maybe you were just like not in the right time. It wasn't the right place, the right time for it, even though you really wanted to, but it just wasn't the right time. And so that kind of hurt this person and that you would be just so open to it. But unfortunately, there is something happening in your world as well that is making you feel stuck. Okay, so this King of Pentacles just wants to come rushing towards you and just to, you know, take this leap of faith and just have all this beautiful abundance with you, right? Like, they really do see you as a very beautiful person and very abundant, and they see that you would be able to make them happy, to really give them, you know, all of this beautiful abundance and just, you know, you would make the whole world a better place, basically, is what I'm getting. So I just want to find out why the Hanging Man is here. So why is the Hanging Man here? Because there's something that's keeping you stuck. You're a little stuck. Okay, so the 10 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so the 10 of Swords in reverse means that, you know, you feel defeated by something in your current situation. You feel like you're unable to progress with this person at this time, okay? That's not to say that in the near future or in, you know, later on you won't be able to, because I do see that you also have some pretty strong feelings for this person, but just right now is just not the right time, and it's not the right moment for it, because you just have so many other commitments right now, that you feel a little bogged down by all of those commitments. And so, you know, having someone coming into your life right now and really be, you know, all that they can be for you, you're like, no, I'm just not there yet. Like, yes, I do like you, and, you know, I do see that we could have a good potential together, but it's just not the right time. And maybe you just want to be by yourself and just be strong in your power, right? Maybe that's what you're trying to do, is be strong in your power, although you've had some pretty tough times in the last little while there, I feel. But the beautiful thing is that you have some amazing things ahead of you, okay? Some great things ahead of you. So although you might feel stuck right now, and it might feel like, well, you know, what am I doing? Where am I going? You do have some great times ahead of you. So just keep it up, okay? And remain positive as much as possible. You know, if you really do want this connection, then, you know, it might be something worthwhile waiting for, right? That's what I'm getting, worth waiting for. So I don't know why I started shuffling. I just kind of felt guided to, and then just a card popped up here. So the Three of Wands. So I started shuffling and then my phone rang, so I do apologize. So I don't know why I started shuffling, but as I said, I just felt guided to do so. And the Three of Wands popped up, okay? So I feel like some of you are waiting, okay? It's a bit of a waiting game. You're waiting for something. I don't know what, but you're waiting for something to come in. You're waiting for something, for more stability, I feel. You're waiting for more stability before you can go ahead and take that leap of faith with this person. You probably don't feel like you're stable enough right now, and you just had to make a really hard decision about a relationship. So maybe some of you, or you've had to make a decision about something. For some of you, I feel like some of you may have just left another relationship. So you're kind of just wanting to get more stable, more firm, because there's still a lot of emotions, like with the water there's like so many emotions right now, and your emotions are really just all over the place. And you might have a lot of people around you that are telling you things or trying to counsel you, so you might be super, super popular in terms of friends. But just be mindful of the things that people say to you, okay? And make sure that you are making your own decision based on your own intuition and your own knowledge, okay? So I do feel like there are some really amazing things in store for you guys. I feel that you just need to be more stable, because right now you're not really sure of the path that you need to take to go on. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm kind of not sure. So the next cards I'll be pulling is from the Shamanic Healing Oracle. I absolutely love this deck. It's such a beautiful deck, and it just speaks so nicely to me. Yeah, I absolutely love this deck. Okay, there we go. This one turned over. Anger. Oof. Okay. So some of you have had to deal with a lot of anger. Okay. And maybe it's to do with a past relationship. I'm not entirely sure, but let me just get another card here. Spirit, any guidance or messages for pile number 1? Guidance or messages for pile. Okay, this one must have come up. Okay. All right. So, okay, so that's great. So on the bottom of the deck, we have movement into balance, and that's beautiful, because this really does show that after a great period of just trials and tribulations. You're finally going to be able to sprout out of there. You're going to be able to get out of that very intense emotional period and come into clarity, right? But for some of you, I feel like something really big has happened. Okay, something really big has happened that has brought you a lot of anger. Okay, so this is the anger card and this is the changes card. Excuse me. And maybe some of you, you know, didn't want this change to happen, or maybe some of you really have wanted this change to happen. For some, it's funny because I feel, I see the 2 leaves here and the 1 leaf here, and this kind of alludes to me to like the 3 of Cups. So I don't know, for some of you, maybe there was a third party situation where the partner that you were with may have been with someone else, and you know, you kind of felt all alone and by yourself, betrayed. Obviously a lot of anger, and it feels like you've been spewing a lot of venom lately. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's just coming. It feels like you have been angry for a while, okay? And you've wanted these changes desperately, but something has kind of been holding you back in terms of being able to make those changes. With the yellow just in the background here and the blues, I feel like some of you have not been confident, have not had that self-confidence, because even here, like we have kind of like a yellow orange, so this is more like a sacral chakra, so your creativity's kind of been blocked. You haven't really known how to move forward with those changes, with that new beginning that you kind of want. And you've been, so with all this blue, I feel like with the light blue, I feel like you've been expressing a lot of anger. Okay, and remember, like, expressing anger is healthy as long as you're releasing it, right? As long as you're not just saying it to just keep it there all the time, right? Because really that anger is not going to serve you with anything, right? So you have had a lot of anger because of these changes, and I feel like some of you, your intuition is blocked, or like you can't tell the difference between your intuition and your ego. And for some of you, your ego has been very, very big, okay? You've had a very big ego, so just be mindful of that, right? Everybody makes their own decisions, right? Everybody, you know, makes their own life. And sometimes, you know, when we're not meant to be part of that person's life, it's not because we're not worth it. It's more so because that person was really only there to teach us certain things about ourselves, right? To make us stronger. And, you know, although, you know, hindsight is always 20/20, we don't always remember that, you know, not everybody's meant to be in our lives forever and ever and ever. And, you know, in the moment, yeah, it's really hard to kind of remember that, well, you know what? I am worthy and I am worth a lot. It's hard not to take it personal, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, so I'm going to get a card for you from the Angels deck. So, Spirit, is there any other messages for pile 1? Do you have any messages for pile 1, Spirit? Oh, this one wants to come out. There's something better. Oh, okay. So, although some of you have been angry about this change, and maybe, again, some of you, this third-party situation, there is something better that's coming, right? And look at this beautiful green here on the card. Like, this really, to me, it shows that, you know, you're going to be opening your heart chakra very soon, and you are going to be very abundant, okay? Whatever's coming to you is going to bring you a lot of abundance. So, you know, maybe it's a good thing that you're in, you know, you're in like wait mode right now, because, and I don't know if it's this King of Pentacles that's going to be that something better, or something else other than that King of Pentacles that will be something better. But there's definitely some nice things in store for you, okay? And let's just get a card from the Healing with Archangel Raphael deck. So Archangel Archangel Raphael, do you have any messages for pile 1? Any messages for pile 1? Okay, this one. Alternative medicine. Okay, so some of you definitely have some healing to do, okay? And some of that healing might be through your spirit guides, okay? And through your own realization and through actually, you know, going inwards and meditating about, you know, everything that's happened and where you are now, and allowing, you know, light to enter you. Look at this beautiful light entering this beautiful child. For some of you though, with this card, I'm also getting that your inner child is also wounded, and that you do need to heal your inner child, because that inner child, you know, anytime when there are situations, things that happen, when the inner child is not healed, it will trigger a lot of different responses. And so you might think like, why am I always reacting to this in the same way? And that's because, well, your inner child needs healing, because, you know, your shadow side is coming up where, you know, as a child, maybe you may have felt abandoned, right? Not loved. Again, this is just like very, very general, but for some of you, I do see that your inner child, absolutely, you need to heal your inner child. So work on healing your inner child. Okay. And so I'm going to pull another card from the Healing with Angels. Okay. So Spirit, do you have any other messages for pile 1? Messages for pile 1, Spirit. These cards are kind of hard to shuffle. Messages for pile 1, Spirit. Oh, this one wanted to come out. Listening. Okay. Yeah. So, whoop, whoop. And this came out backwards. So I almost feel like you guys are not listening right now. You're not listening to what your intuition is saying to you. Like, you know what you have to do, and you know what the past, what your path is. And this card just flew out of my hand, which is new beginning. So look at that. That's beautiful, right? So make sure that you're listening properly, because there are new beginnings in store for you right around the corner, okay? But that does mean that you might have to go through a healing period first before you can go to that new beginning, okay? So I'm gonna get a card, the last few cards from the Miracle Now deck. I love this deck. It's such a positive deck. It's just so full of love, and yeah, and so these cards want to come out. And any other messages for pile 1, Spirit? Messages for pile 1. Messages for pile 1, Spirit. Okay, I feel like this one and this one want to come out. And now like all of these want to come out, but we're going to keep you in. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is I surrender it all. Okay, so you guys need to let go. I feel like some of you might have some issues with control, meaning that you have to be in control, and that, you know, if the situation doesn't happen the way you want it, well, then it kind of just, it gets you right pissed off, and it just, you know, makes you go into hermit mode and you know, just isolation, and it makes you doubt yourself a lot, and you're doubting yourself because, you know, you're not able to control. But really, if you surrender control, then you will be able to learn from it and find something better, okay? So good things are in store for you. My happiness can be measured by the level of my faith and love. Yeah, so I feel like some of you have experienced some pretty rough heartbreak here, and you're just not open to love right now. You're just like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I've had my heart broken in the past. You know, why is it going to be different now? And you know, I'm just not ready for it. And that's fine, right? You have to wait until you're ready for it. But you also have to try and surrender control, okay? Because I feel like some of you have definitely tried to control every part of the situation. And when you haven't been able to control that, then, you know, you felt very much, you know, a lot of resentment. Okay, resentment is what I'm hearing. So the next card is when I honor my feelings, I find my power in powerless situations. Yeah, so going back to that 10 of Swords, like you felt powerless about something. But when you felt powerless, it's probably because you've come from a place of fear, okay? So when you are able to honor love and make decisions based on love and the highest greater good, then you won't feel powerless anymore. You are going to feel like you are within your power. And I feel like some of you have to heal, okay? Before you move on to anything, you absolutely have to heal because you're still angry about the past, okay? And dwelling on the past is not going to do you any good. It's not going to help propel you into a new beginning. It's really just going to hold you back for now, okay? So make sure that you are honoring your feelings, regardless whether they're anger, regardless whether they're negative feelings. Just honor them, accept them, and transmute them, okay? Next one is I show up for myself in the world. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of you are just very giving. Excuse me. People do see you as a very giving person. And this card is kind of here to say, like, yeah, the world needs you. Okay, so it's funny that we have the world and the world here, right? So it does feel like the world needs you right now, and that you might be on a different path for a specific reason. Okay, or that you might need to take a different approach to something for a specific reason, for the fact that you are meant to do something else in the world here. Okay, and then the last one is obsessing over the outcome of a relationship gets in the way. Instead, I let go and allow. So where did we get letting go? Okay, yeah, I surrender it all. Okay, so here's another card about letting go. All right. You might really like this person as well. Like I said, this new person that's come in, but you just feel powerless and you're kind of obsessing about the outcome of the situation. So stop obsessing, just let it go. And if it comes, let it. If it doesn't, then release it, right? I'm not saying that this new person that's coming in isn't worth it. I'm just saying that you need to let go, because right now you still have a lot of anger in you because of the changes that you've recently undergone. So it might not be the best time for you to go ahead and open your heart chakra to someone else. Some of you, I feel that your heart chakra is completely blocked. So you need to go ahead and open up that heart chakra. I'm hearing meditation, just massage. Okay, so do something that makes you feel good. What makes you feel joy, love, and abundance? It's through those feelings, it's through harnessing those beautiful feelings that you can, reopen yourself up to be more abundant and to be more receptive. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile number one. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Much love. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me for pile 2, where you had the Carnelian. Okay, beautiful Carnelian. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Gilded... Whoa. What is going on here? Okay, I saw those cards. We'll see if they come up again. All right, so I'm going to be using the Gilded Tarot today, all right, just to get a general sense of messages for the situation that you are inquiring about. Okay, and then I'm going to be pulling from some other oracle decks just to get some additional clarification. Okay. Ooh, okay, I'm picking up some energy here. Very, I don't know, it's giving me goosebumps. Okay, so let me just tune in. Okay. Let's get the cards and then I'll tune in, because right now I have a whole bunch of different energies coming at me and I'm really not sure what to make of them. So Spirit, what do you have for pile number 2? Message, okay. What came out? King of Pentacles. Messages for pile 2, please. Okay. Messages for pile 2. Messages for pile 2. Another card for pile 2. Okay. So you got the King of Pentacles, the Fool, the Five of Swords in the reverse, and the Justice card. Okay, so give me a few moments while I tune into these energies. Okay. Okay, so first off, I'm picking up that there's someone who feels like there maybe has been an injustice. Okay, there may have been some kind of injustice done, and you kind of feel like you've been played for a fool. Honestly, you feel like this person has just come in and just torn you right up without any kind of regard for you. I feel that otherwise you are a very fair person, but you feel as though you've been treated unfairly. Okay, so something has happened, a situation has happened where you absolutely feel like you have been treated unfairly, or I'm hearing you got the short end of the stick for no good reason. Okay, so I feel that some of you might be in your head right now contemplating why this has happened. You're kind of, maybe some of you, obsessively contemplating about this and not really allowing yourself to enjoy life at the moment because you're just so hung up on what has happened. Okay. Now for others of you, I do feel like because of the situation that's happened, you are turning towards some very precarious, be careful, behavior, and you're not thinking about the repercussions of that behavior. Okay, so don't forget, 2 wrongs do not make a right. I definitely feel guided to say that. 2 wrongs do not make a right. Okay, so this precarious situation, this precarious behavior, I feel, is something that could affect not only you but others around you. Okay, so just be mindful of the effect that it has on other people. And I'm hearing, well, I just don't care because it's been done to me, so why should I care? No, you should care, because you should not, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. You should not stoop to that other person's level to kind of, get payback, right? So it's not, in the end, it's not about payback. It's really about being able to move on from the situation with a clear intent and with still wanting to have that joy for life. And I feel like some of you have lost that joy of life and have lost your faith in life in general, because you're like, well, I'm such a good person. Why would this happen to me? I feel like justice hasn't been on my side. Like, why is this happening to me? Why do I have to fight for everything like a total idiot? I shouldn't have to do that. And why is this person not trying to fight for it like I'm trying to fight for it? So I feel like for some of you, this may be relating to your relationship situation. So I know I said, earlier that I'm not necessarily making these spreads about love, but I definitely feel like here if someone feels like they've been backstabbed, okay? Like they've literally had, and I'm hearing this, the rug taken out from under them, right? So you just feel like it was completely out of nowhere, like everything seemed to be fine, and then it's just like this person just came in and just tore you up, I'm hearing. So you definitely feel like there's a sense of injustice that has happened, especially when you've been trying to juggle and to do so many things, and you just, you're like, this is just so uncalled for. Like, how is this even possible? Like, I have given everything that I have gotten. I have put myself out there to do everything. And this person just came in and just, with a sword, just like tore it all down, not really caring, what was left torn down in their midst. So Yeah, a lot of heavy energy there. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling 2 cards now from the Shamanic Healing Oracle deck. Okay, so Spirit, what other messages do you have for pile 2? What messages do you... Ooh, okay, you want to come out. Healing energy. Oh, that's beautiful, guys. Oh, and this one turned over. Oh, that's just beautiful. Okay, so I feel that some of you are really stuck right now because you just don't know what way to go. But Spirit is saying, like, you know, there's healing that's coming to you. You have unlimited possibilities. You are just this great big tree just flowing out of the ground with all these beautiful, flowers. So you're just, this is, I feel like for some of you, this pain, this anguish, this situation in general is meant to lead you to unlimited possibilities. So although this situation, like, you know, whatever relationship you were in looked to be like the ultimate relationship, you know, it was actually, or situationship, it was actually meant to propel you further. Okay, it was meant to have you learn and move forward into something new and something better. So that's great. And this healing energy, that's beautiful. So you see the hand that's kind of, I don't know if you can see it there. There's a hand, you know, and it's kind of on this like red background, and then the background behind that is the like gold yellow type color. Well, this really speaks to me that for some of you, you really feel like your security has been affected, your own sense of self-worth and self-confidence, like that root chakra and that solar plexus chakra have taken a lot of a beating lately is what I'm hearing. So and it's funny because I turned this deck here in front of me, not really thinking about it, but underneath is home. Okay, so I feel that something may have happened in your home that has left you feel completely powerless. But and there's been some instability in the home lately, maybe, right? Where you just want this beautiful ray of sunshine, but just something is happening, and it's part of your cycle. It's part of these cyclical cycles that, you know, the wheel turns and things happen. So things happen and things leave to make way for new, abundant, and new unlimited possibilities. So I definitely feel that you are going to be going through a time where you are healing, and where you are able to, where you're able to move on and not have so much anger, disdain, and resentment towards a situation. And like, eventually you're actually going to think to yourself, oh my gosh, like, I'm so happy that happened, because that was the best thing that could have possibly happened to me. And actually, even though I felt like it was an injustice at first, it actually helped propel me towards where I need to be. So that may not be right now, that might be, you know, in the future. But I definitely do feel that you are coming into a healing time. And just remember, healing isn't like all sunshine and butterflies, okay? Healing can be very, very rough, okay? It can be super rough, depending on, you know, who's healing and what you have to heal, right? It can be very rough, but just be very kind with yourself, because I feel that some of you might be very, very hard on yourselves too. Because maybe, you know, your self-confidence has taken a toll and your self-worth has taken a toll because of this situation. So yeah, just be gentle with yourselves, okay? And allow yourself to experience nice things, because you absolutely are worth it. And I'm hearing, don't take it personal, okay? Don't take it personal. So I'm gonna pick 2 more cards from the Ask the Oracle, or Wisdom of the Oracle. Sorry, I have so many decks, I forget what their names are. Okay, this one wants to come out. Okay, so this came out backwards. So this is a loyal heart. Okay, so I definitely feel like some of you have had your heart broken, and you feel that this is an absolute injustice, because you know, you gave your all to this person. For others of you, I feel like like maybe you haven't been all that loyal either. Maybe you haven't been such a good companion either, which may have caused the situation to unravel the way that it did. But I definitely feel that you do want a stable partnership. You do want a stable relationship. Although maybe you need to balance yourself out before you can do that, because some of you might be carrying wounds from previous relationships. Okay, I feel that you've had a lot of relationships that have wounded you, and you constantly feel like it's an injustice to you because you know, you're like, well, I have so much to offer. I'm such a nice person. Why is this happening to me, right? And why can't I have a good love? Okay. And then the second card that popped out was tick-tock. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have to, the healing is gonna take some time. Okay, so I have like the yellow here, the yellow there, right? I definitely feel that it's gonna be a bit. Okay, it's gonna be a little while before you are able to fully heal, and you know, come back into the world saying, well, wow, really, there are unlimited possibilities for me. And you know what? That was the best thing that could have happened to me. Regardless of how much pain it brought initially and how much of an idiot I felt like, an injustice I felt, that was the best thing that happened to me, because then I am also able to go heal myself and actually find that other person that is meant for me. So, you know, this person was just not meant for you. They were meant to come into your life, maybe to have experiences together. They were meant to teach you something, but maybe they weren't meant to stay with you for forever, because there's other things in store for you. Okay, you just have to wait. It's gonna take some time, but it's, you know, it's coming. So I'm gonna pull a card from the Fairy Lenormand deck now. Okay, so Spirit, do you have any additional messages for pile 2? Messages for pile 2, Spirit. Messages for pile 2. Okay, this, whoa, okay, yes, I'm coming. Yeah, so the tree, look at that, the tree and the tree. Oh my gosh, these cards, I'm telling you, like, they're just, they speak so beautifully together. I absolutely love them. So this is number 5. So yeah, this is like changes, okay? There's definitely changes coming around, but it's gonna make you feel more stable, okay? Because of this learning, because of this situationship that you're getting out of now, or that you will be getting out of now, you are going to feel more stable, way more stable. Like, look at these trees. Look how beautiful and how grounded these trees are. And I think that that's a bit of a call to you as well, to say that you need to be more grounded. You need to get more grounded. If you want to heal, you absolutely need to ground yourself. And grounding can take a little bit of time, right? Grounding is really about, you know, doing that shadow work and realizing that, you know, as much as you didn't deserve this, maybe you had a part to play in this as well, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Maybe you're not as innocent as you think you are, okay? So, you know, things happen for a reason, right? That everything happens for a reason. So I'm just going to pick, I feel guided to pick another card from this Answers with Angels deck. And this one is coming. Okay, so let's see what our angels have to say to us. Okay, so reconsider. Okay, so some of you might be thinking, well, you know, I think I can give this another shot, maybe, you know, but I feel like you've been doing that for a while. You've been going circle, circle, circle. And I think that some of you have said some really nasty things, okay? Just putting it out there. Or maybe some nasty things have been said to you. And And because of those things that have been said to you, you're like, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and I just don't care anymore. I'm going to do whatever this person did to me. Well, you know, Spirit is saying reconsider. That's not the, you know, that's a self-destructive path. And you're not going to really be able to heal if you take that anger and, you know, use it for yourself, right? You know, like, I'm taking that anger and now I'm going to use it. Now I'm going to do something with it. No, like, Spirit is saying reconsider. That's not the right way to go about it. It's really not the right way, and it's not going to do you any good either, right? Let go. So I feel like the situation that has happened, you know, you know, perhaps feel drawn to keep going, to keep trying, but Spirit is saying, like, it's really time for you to let go. There is just, you know, it is time. TikTok. It is time for you to let go, because if you don't, you might not be able to get into the stability. It's just going to create additional instabilities for you. So Spirit is just really saying, let go, right? As gently as possible, let go. It is time for you to heal. And it's probably time for you to do some work on your own now. Like, you have a journey that you have to do on your own, is what I'm hearing. And taking that time away from everybody, you know, will serve you, will serve to heal you. Okay, so, whoa, what happened there? I was used to shuffling them like this. So I'm going to pull one card from here. So, Spirit, any additional messages for pile 2? Messages for pile 2, this one. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Yeah, so it's funny because this is about, you know, new. This is about new. So it really does tell you that there is a great deal of possibilities, okay? You are just a really amazing creator, okay? And for some of you, you might be very, very intuitive as well. You might be, you might love the metaphysical, okay? For some of you, not everybody, right? But for some of you, you're very drawn to it. You're very inspired by it. And it, you know, it's really about listen to your intuition, right? What does your intuition say? Is that the right thing? Is that the wrong thing? And sometimes, you know, it's hard to tell, you know, what's right and what's wrong, and am I making the right decision? Am I making the right choice, right? But Spirit is really saying, you know, listen to your intuition, because if it comes from a place of love, then absolutely it's the right thing to do. But if it comes from a place of fear and anger and just pent up emotions, like, you know, it's not the right thing to do. So I feel that for some of you, you need to organize yourselves, okay? You absolutely need to organize yourselves better. I feel like there's been a little bit of chaos surrounding you in the past little while. So you have to organize yourself better. And declutter is what I'm hearing. Declutter. Okay. So I'm going to get one other card from the Healing with Archangel Raphael deck. So Archangel Raphael, do you have any messages for pile 2? Any messages for pile 2? This one. Give us your cares. Yeah. So although for some of you, I feel that you're not necessarily very spiritual, others of you are. So you'll understand where I'm coming from with this. Your archangels are basically, or your angels are saying to you that, you know, they're there next to you. They know that you've been going through a lot, and they're saying, you know, just call upon us to be there for you. Give us your cares. Call upon us to help you, right? So your angels are standing by anytime you need them, and you just have to call upon them to help you. They don't want to come in and change anything in your life because they know you have free will. So you know, make sure that you call upon God and upon, you know, your spirit guides to help you through this phase. And at the bottom of the deck, we have acceptance. Okay, so you see this a great, you know, knight in shining armor, and he's wearing like this beautiful green this beautiful green armor. And I feel that for some of you, you feel like your heart has been completely broken, okay? Or that you are not able to reciprocate, right? There's been some level of denial that has been happening, and now you have to accept that this is just the way things are. You have to accept to let it go. It's just not going to serve you. It's not meant for you. So you need to just accept it and let it go, okay? You have to get rid of your anger, because I feel that for some of you, you're very angry, okay? You're very, very angry. It's not the way that you wanted things to go, and so you are extremely angry about it, and some of you, I feel, are in despair because you don't know what your next move should be. But the angels are saying, you know, take a break, organize. It's gonna take some time, okay? You have to let go of all your anger, of all your pent-up energy over this situation, over this relationship that, you know, has hurt you, over this person that has hurt you, and just really about grounding yourself, right? So ground yourself so that you are able to experience those new unlimited possibilities that are there for you. So the last cards I'm going to pick for you guys are going to be the mirror out of the Miracle Now deck. Okay, so Spirit, do you have any additional messages for pile 2? Any additional messages for pile 2? Okay, well, that was my fault. Any additional messages for pile 2? Messages for pile 2, Spirit. Messages for pile, thank you. Messages for pile 2. Messages for pile 2. Okay, and these two want to come up. Okay. So, we have here releasing anger. Oh my gosh, was I not just saying that? Releasing anger from the past sets me free in the present. Yeah, so I feel that you have a lot of anger right now. And for some of you, I'm feeling that some of this anger is because you really wanted to have control over the situation and have it go a certain way, but it didn't happen like that. And, you know, this person that you feel has hurt you, you know, maybe they did it because that was what they had to do for their own self-learning and their own self-love. And maybe they didn't even realize that they hurt you, because they were also looking to do some kind of justice. So I feel that there's been a fair share of back and forth, hurt and pain. So there is I feel a lot of anger. So it's funny, you know, release, let go, right? It's all there. So you have to let go of that anger if you want to be able to move forward. That anger is not going to serve you, and you have to release it, okay? When I allow others to support me, I support them too. Yeah, so for some of you, I feel that you have a tough time accepting help, right? You are the strong, macho person. You are the big bad wolf who, you know, doesn't need any help, who doesn't need other people. But really, I think in this case, you do need others. You do need others to help you reground yourself and to help you remember that you are, you know, a strong individual, and that you will be able to make it through this period, okay? Next one is, the qualities I dislike in others are disowned parts of my shadow. Yeah, so it's funny because, you know, I was saying that there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of things that have happened, and you're very angry right now at this person for what has happened or what has transpired. But really, you know, the reason why you're so angry at them and the qualities that you're like, oh, this person, and that, you know, that you don't like about this person is really because those are part of you too. Those are also part of your own persona, and maybe you've been putting those you know, in the back of your mind, and forgetting that you're also like that. Those same qualities exist within you as well, okay? So I think this is really about going back to acceptance, okay? Accepting what has happened and realizing that it's for the better, for the both of you, okay? For the both of you, it is for the best. You know, again, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, and that's not, it's not going to make you feel any better, okay? Although you feel right now like that because you're angry, an eye for an eye is not going to make the whole world, you know, see everything in a better light. So I do feel that you have to come to terms with that, with the disappointment that you feel. Transmute it and release it, okay? Because it is really, this was meant to happen, okay? You were meant to go down this path. Like, you know, I'm looking at this clock here, and it's in these great big hands. So really, it's about divine timing. So yeah, everything was supposed to happen like this, okay? It was supposed to happen like this. You were supposed to have these feelings in order for you to be able to come to terms with them, in order to be able for you to come to terms with your shadow side, okay? So all of these feelings are normal, but don't allow your anger to dictate your next moves, to dictate your emotions, to dictate how you speak to everybody else, or how you allow others to support you. And then the last card that I have here is, in order to awaken the world to the light, I must not be afraid to shine. Yeah, so I think that some of you are just so, you know, wrapped up in this feeling of hurt and pain that you are not really able to shine your light. And I do feel that others do see that light in you. They see you as just like this star that just shines, right? But lately you haven't been able to do that because you just kind of been repressing some anger, trying to heal, right? So for some of you, you're really trying to heal, but maybe you don't really know how to heal, right? So I'm hearing clear mind, okay? So try and do whatever makes you feel better. Maybe even having a walk in nature, you know, going out, and I see these trees everywhere. So maybe go and sit and talk to a tree. I know it sounds strange, but trees have some amazing healing energy. Don't discredit that, okay? Trees are amazingly grounding. And so maybe try and go and have a walk in nature, so you can ground yourself and sit under a tree and just meditate. And you know, when you come back, do a little bit of organization, because I feel, and that's not necessarily like a literal organization, but maybe even organizing your thoughts, okay? And realizing where you're coming from a place of anger as opposed to when you're coming from a place of light and love, okay? And doing more damage to feel like it's a justice, like, oh, okay, so this person did this to me and now I'm gonna do this and they're just really gonna be screwed up. It's not gonna bring you any healing, okay? And it's not going to be good for you, okay? One way or another, you know, turning the other cheek is not going to make you, I repeat, going to make you weaker. It's actually going to make you stronger and more grounded, okay? And being fair is very, very important. So you have to think about fair, okay? And what you feel about fair may not necessarily be what the other person considers to be fair. You may need to have others supporting you through determining what fair is and what fair isn't. I'm hearing mediator. I'm just putting it out there because you might not be able to talk to this person directly without all these, you know, gush of emotions and feelings, but really those feelings are temporary, okay? Those feelings are temporary. There is change coming definitely to this pile, or some of you have already started to experience that change. But you absolutely need to let go. Stop obsessing over it. Let go. Let the universe, divine timing, perfect timing come into place. And that healing really will start to happen, okay? But I feel that a lot of you absolutely need to get out of the angry mind frame, and release that, you know, take more walks, go spend some time in nature, and release all that anger and look into your shadow side, for parts of yourself that you don't like, which, you know, are kind of reflected back at you by other people around you. So don't forget that, okay? So wishing you lots of light and love. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will now move on to pile 3. Thank you.